Traveling isn't just about the places that we visit, but the stories that we bring home. Hi, I'm Neo from 8E, this is Justin from 8F, Lux from 8E, and Xavier from 8E. Join us as we look back on our Jogja Edutrip from the quiet life in Desa Penting Sari to the grand history of Prambanan. This is our journey.
To kick things off, let's talk about our first stop. How did it feel adjusting to life in Desa Penting Sari on that first day?
Well, not that difficult actually, although its routine is way different than mine, especially since mobile devices are not in my hands. All I had to do was simply stop slacking.
How was the journey along the Penting Sari river track?
It was amazing. I could walk through the paths filled with the natural beauty of Desa Wisata Penting Sari, and it felt like I was connecting with Mother Nature itself.
What experience here will stay with you the longest?
Of course, staying with the foster parents. After living for quite a while in their home, it felt like a second house to me. I would never forget the delicious food that they cooked for us and how they always tended to us.
What was your first impression when walking through Malioboro?
My first impressions of Jalan Malioboro is that the place is definitely lively. The street feels alive and is definitely unique compared to other streets in Indonesia. There are a wide variety of stores that sell clothes and foods that range from modern to traditional.
What was your favorite activity in Malioboro?
My favorite activity in Jalan Malioboro, I think, is definitely being able to walk around the street with my friends with no actual objective in mind. I remember walking around the street, seeing a bunch of bands playing, and I remember going to a bunch of clothing shops with my friends and seeing a bunch of jackets and clothes, which was definitely the most fun part for me in that activity.
What part of the chocolate making process interested you the
The
most?
part where you can decorate the chocolate by yourself was very interesting because it allows us to be creative, create our own designs, and use local.
How does the chocolate produced by the factory taste compared to your local chocolate?
The chocolate produced by the factory was not that sweet, which was a good thing because it's not as unhealthy and it has the kakuas taste still compared to other local products in supermarkets or in the market. What did you feel when you first saw the temple?
My first impressions of seeing Candi Prambanan is that I was definitely in awe. The building towered over me. It was absolutely crazy to think that our ancestors could build something that huge without modern technology, and it really just amazed me.
Which part of the temple stood out the most to you?
The part of the temple that stood out to me the most was definitely Candi Siwa, because out of the entire temple complex, Candi Siwa was the biggest and main temple out of the entire thing. Which scene stayed in your mind the most?
Definitely when Hanuman burned down the kingdom of Alenka. The flames, the sparks, the aura that Hanuman just had was absolute cinema.
How did the performance make you feel overall?
It made me feel really shocked. Watching the coordinated and the perfectly synced moves whilst listening to the calming music really made me feel shocked by how nicely planned everything was.
How did it feel being inside the kraton?
Well, peaceful. Looks like the charms are indeed keeping away the evil spirits from entering. And the people inside playing gamelan also put peace in my mind some way or another.
What did you find the most interesting about the culture there?
Well, I didn't know there were that many batik motifs for every single event. There's one for marriage, each for the king and the queen. There's also another for bitoni. And another is how the princes and the princesses are split to 2 or more different buildings of the same kraton. What do you think of the perfume here?
In Roma at Sere, I definitely think that the perfumes there are unique. I think it's cool that they use essential oils, which are all natural and extracted there, which might be the reason why it smells different than what traditional perfumes smell like and what I've smelled before.
How much would you be willing to spend on these perfumes?
Me personally, I don't think I would buy the perfumes from Roma at Sere because it's not really my taste and I just don't really like the perfumes that they sell there in general.
Jogja taught us that the best stories aren't found in books, but in the journeys that we take together.
From Pendingsari village all the way to Surakarta, the trip was an eye-opener.
It wasn't just about the sights, it was about the laughs and the culture we shared.
A good experience, and that is an Edutrip.